Date: Wednesday, January 3, 2024, 1600. Subject: Your empty sentiments and rhetoric of me being the best carer for Talib. 2. Christopher Browell. CC: Graham Kenner, Ishmael Muller, Ian McBeath, all Bradford councillors, DJ Andrew Mitchell, DJ Louise Wilcox, HHJ Mark Gosnell, Jonathan Smith, Lee Bloomfield, Louise Holmes, Tracy Hutchinson. Rishi Sunak. Dear CMHT, CBMDC and BDCFT, Chris Browell. I write following you terminating my call to you today after picking it up and recognizing who I was. This present situation is completely unacceptable and unprecedented. I have to date now left you 125 voice messages on your mobile phone, since the 31st of August 2023. All of which are continually being ignored by you, the body corporate, whilst my brother remains to date held unlawfully in your care and custody against his will and wishes, in clear deprivation of his fundamental human rights, freedoms, liberties and personal dignity. Meanwhile, whilst you all continue to sit back reclined in your ivory towers plotting, planning and scheming to me and my vulnerable brother's clear detriment and demise, just as I had envisioned when we last spoke. I would like you, the council body corporate, to now fully review the following 12-minute video of our conversation of May 2023. In the context of the subsequent villainous actions perpetrated against me and my brother. On the one hand, you tell me I am the best carer for Talib, only for you to later unlawfully kidnap and abduct him from my care and deny me any further access to now even see my vulnerable brother for the last 148 days. 30 May 23, CMHT Chris Browell clip, you are the best carer for Talib. Which has the following video description. In this recording at 5:40 Bradford Council social worker Chris Browell states the following. No end goal to separate you and Talib. At 5:45 he goes on to state the following. I myself think you are the best carer for Talib, you're his brother. You should be together, you should be able to support him with his finances and everything else. I don't think there is any other kind of. Anything else would be more problematic and wouldn't be in Talib's best interest. However, 70 days later following this conversation of the 30th of May 2023, on the 8th of August 2023, the council would get the police to arrest me from my care home and take Talib into their custody, with strict bail conditions put in place to prevent me from seeing him ever again. This short 12-minute recording with Mr. Browell is a clip from a much longer 3-hour recording of the same day of the 30th of May 2023. Between myself and the local authority Bradford Council social worker Mr. Christopher Browell. The full recording can be found here, which is part of a larger series of recordings between myself and Mr. Browell spanning several years, which can be found here. Evidently, you were only placating and praising me with porky pie lies at the time, given all your subsequent evil actions. My brother, much like my mother and other family members previously, is now going to die in your custody and detention as you cannot effectively look after or care for him, and you are all evidently not acting in my brother Talib's best interest by denying our fundamental human rights to be together as a family. For shame on you all. Regards Mr. S. Hussain, the best carer for Talib. On Thursday, June 22, 2023, 14:10. Dear CMHT, CBMDC and BDCFT, Chris Browell. We have today got a notice of enforcement from you, the council. See attachment. This issue is now escalating out of control, and yet when I take my time to call you in looking to resolve any issues I get reprimanded by you that I am taking up your time and you are too busy with other cases. Nothing is being resolved and it is all set up to be all in your favor whilst at our cost and human suffering. I now insist on speaking to someone more senior who is orchestrating this malfeasant enterprise. Regards Mr. S. Hussain. On Tuesday the 13th of June 2023, 16:34. Dear CMHT, CBMDC and BDCFT, Chris Browell. I have been trying to contact you all week. Please can you call me as I need to discuss the outstanding council tax issue amongst others. Regards Mr. S. Hussain. On Friday, May 26, 2023, 13:34. Dear CMHT, CBMDC and BDCFT, Chris Browell. I have been trying to contact you all week. Please can you call me as I need to discuss the outstanding council tax issue urgently. Regards Mr. S. Hussein. On Wednesday the 17th of May 2023, 2200. Dear CMHT, CBMDC and BDCFT, Chris Browell. I write following our last conversation yesterday to present you with the council tax summons that you the council have now issued out in the name of my brother. Please see attachment. Furthermore, I would like to take this time and opportunity to highlight to you the council once again my ongoing remuneration care cost charging policy, which to date has not been fully addressed or complied with by you Bradford Council. At paragraph 5 of the attached document, 3.13 May 14.pdf, I had first made you the council aware on the 13th of May 2014, 9 years ago, of the following. It is my full intention to claim from you, the council, this cost at a rate of £1 million per week for each member I am forced to look after, because of the systematic and systemic failings in your organization and its exploitative nature. This policy declaration was reiterated in open court, this time on the 19th of January 2018, 5 years ago. See attachment 19 Jan 18 Poker Court Statement.pdf, where in paragraph 6, I state the following. This now brings me to my last point. CBMDC have been informed on several occasions and I finally wish to have it registered in open court that my present remuneration charging policy for the general care, support and administration for the supervision of support to Mother Fatah Begum and Brother Talib Hussein is charged at my basic rate of £1 million per person, per week. Finally, once again at the malicious and contrived final hearing at the Court of Protection, COP, where the services of Mr. Justice Cohen had been privately commissioned out by you the council to effectively terminate my beloved mother's life prematurely, I had once again, 2 years ago, reiterated the following in the public forum on the court. See attached High Court Judgment, 19 February 21, Final Hearing.pdf, paragraph 3 of this highly contrived and contentious court ruling where it is recorded. Tar is plainly an intelligent man and he presents himself as his mother's sole carer and the proprietor and manager of a care home, an inappropriate description of his mother's home but one which he says should entitle him to £1 million a week by way of salary, for the care that he says that he provides to Gar and Har. Where Tar is in reference to myself and Gar is my late mother Mrs. Fatah Begum and Har is my brother Mr. Talib Hussein. You the council can play all the shenanigans and antics you want in buying off the judges, judiciary and the courts at large and by murdering my vulnerable family members, but you cannot and will not escape my care costs. For I am neither your monkey nor your slave. Regards Mr. S. Hussein, a billionaire in the making. Closing parenthesis. On Tuesday the 18th of April 2023, 1544. Dear CMHT, CBMDC and BFCFT, Chris Browell. I write following our conversation yesterday and because we have now received the following council tax reminder. See attachment. Firstly, we never registered ourselves at this property and you the council have maliciously registered us for council tax at the property without our consent or permission. But more importantly, we would ordinarily be given a council tax rebate and would not be needing to pay if there was a tenancy agreement in place. Please can you contact the Council Tax Department on behalf of TH as his care coordinator, social worker to ensure that a rebate is applied and we are not threatened with further legal action. Regards Mr. S. Hussein. On Tuesday the 20th of December 2022, 23:25. Dear CMHT, CBMDC and BFCFT, Chris Browell. I write following our telephone call on the 19th of December 2022, where the appointment arranged for the 22nd of December 2022. First unilaterally informed to us by your hand-delivered letter on the same day, which had subsequently been mutually agreed to be cancelled given you could not identify which, final, order you were intending to rely to my brother. I now have received a telephone voice message that you have the information regarding the order and want to continue to proceed with the previous appointment time of 2 p.m. the 22nd of December 2022. Regrettably, this cannot proceed until I am fully understanding of the real reason for your intended home visit. As you are fully aware, given the previous contrived attempts to falsely raise a false flag safeguarding alert of October 2022, I fear your attempts at gaining access to the property may be malevolent and contrived in nature. especially given your involvement in the court proceedings on the 30th of November 2022, where access to the property was being sought by the housing association on your behalf and an injunction order once again being put in place. I am happy for the appointment of 2 p.m. on the 22nd of December 2022, to proceed as a telephone appointment so we can have a further full and frank discussion on how best to proceed. In the meantime, please can you forward to me a copy of the final order that you reference in your hand-delivered letter of the 19th of December 2022. Regards, Mr. S. Hussain. On Tuesday the 25th of October 2022, 1920. Dear CMHT, CBMDC and BFCFT, Chris Browell. I write to you following our lengthy telephone conversation today, where you had refused to forward the safeguarding email you had received from Manningham Housing Association, MHA, on the 13th of October 2022, regarding my brother Mr. Talib Hussain. It is highly disappointing that you are now refusing to release this email to me. Nevertheless, you have confirmed over the telephone the date and time of this email of being on the 13th of October 2022, at around midday. You had also confirmed in our conversation that the content of the email was to the effect that the housing association's allegedly independent gas safety inspectors had reported to MHA that after entering the premise they had become very concerned at the poor conditions they had witnessed in the premises, where my vulnerable brother resides. I believe this to be an accurate depiction relayed to me by you today of the safeguarding alert you had received from MHA on the 13th of October 2022. The alarming aspect of which is that MHA agents had not entered the property to carry out a gas safety inspection under an injunction order secured by MHA. Given I had privately commissioned a gas safety inspection myself only but a few days earlier. This safeguarding alert by MHA now clearly evidences the true reason for the injunction order and the fact that both the courts generally and District Judge Foster's services particularly had been privately commissioned out to achieve the necessary predetermined false flag safeguarding of the 13th of October to justify my brother's unlawful abduction into you the council's care once again. Your multi-agency coordinated joint enterprise efforts have once again been exposed by the false raising of a contrived safeguarding alert by your partners MHA under the pretext of needing to carry out a gas safety inspection. You are, therefore, requested as a matter of common courtesy to release this email to me so that the police and courts can be informed of the ongoing malevolent fraud and deception me and my vulnerable brother are presently being subjected to. Regards, Mr. S. Hussain. On Tuesday the 25th of October 2022, 11:32. Dear CMHT, CBMDC and BFCFT, Chris Browell. Please can you forward the MHA safeguarding alert before our appointment today at 2 p.m. Thanks. Regards, Mr. S. Hussain. On Monday the 24th of October 2022, 12:47. Dear CMHT, CBMDC and BFCFT, Chris Browell. Please can you look to release the malicious safeguarding alert by Manningham Housing Association, MHA, of the 13th of October 2022, so that the matter can be reported to the police. Regards, Mr. S. Hussain. On Wednesday the 19th of October 2022, 17:11. Dear CMHT, CBMDC and BFCFT, Chris Browell. I write following our telephone conversation today, where I was informed that a safeguarding welfare concern has been raised by the housing association whom are presently in litigation against me and my brother. From our conversation it seems evident to me that this concern is part of a much larger coordinated effort to destabilize our autonomy and freedom and maximize damage against us. Please can you look to forward a copy of the original concern raised by Manningham Housing Association, MHA, so that I can report this matter to the police as a form of unfounded malicious proxy harassment and persecution and an attempt to clearly further undermine the judicial process and rule of law. Regards, Mr. S. Hussain.